everybody. Welcome to July 1st. I hope you all said rabbit, rabbit this morning. We did. It is hot and muggy here. And Charlie got his awesome hat. If it's quiet again this week, I hope somebody will tell us. I've got the microphone maxed, but maybe there's something else we can do. I don't know. We got some songs for you. We did not happen to prepare the July 4 patriotic set, but that's okay. Oh, there's Bonnie O'Donnell. Good morning. Hi, Bonnie. Nice to see you, honey. There's Neil Braverman. Hi, Neil. Nice to see you. Oh, wait, I have to, Charlie, will you talk to him for a second?
Hi.
I have to read this. This is a text from my doctor.
She's getting a text from her doctor, so she's got to pay attention to this.
Okay.
This is very important. But I hope you're all well out there. It's very hot and muggy up here. It's very sort of kind of weather that makes you feel like you're swimming through mud.
Yeah. Hi, Ginny Murphy. Hi, Steve Verona. Nice to see you. Hi from Concord. I bet it's moist in Concord. I remember growing up in Concord in 8th grade, and I had these big glasses, and they would get all steamed up because it was so muggy. I remember sitting in that old house that my folks had with just my glasses all steamed up. Hi, Raleigh Brown. Good morning.
Hi, Raleigh.
So, of course, we're not even talking about current events. The current event is that we have a beautiful cardinal at our feeder. Hi, Barry Kasendorf. It's gonna get better someday, somehow. This'll be the hard time we remember, and something happier now. It's gonna get better someday, somehow. It's gonna be good times, they'll be coming soon. This'll be the hard, dark hall that led to a brighter room. There's gonna be good times someday, somehow. Raleigh says it's kind of quiet, I'll sing louder. And there's gonna be a bluebird in a blue sky. Happiness will land on your shoulder, and some coming by and by. There's gonna be a bluebird someday, somehow. Oh, there's gonna be sunny afternoons. The mornings will open like a spring flower in bloom. We'll be sitting in the shade someday, somehow. Oh, it's gonna get better someday, somehow. This'll be the hard time we remember in some happier now. It's gonna get better someday, somehow. Well, we're getting mixed information here. Good morning, Rhonda Scott Merrick. Hi, Mary Williston. So Raleigh Brown says kind of quiet. Bunny Barnes says link. Howdy all. I'm not sure what, I don't know. Steve Verona says volume okay here for what it's worth. Sloan Wainwright sends us 2 hearts. Hi, Sloanie. Janet Simpson. Good morning, Janet. Nancy Basket. Good morning. Aloysius sends us a yes. Yes okay or yes quiet? Keep those bird current events coming. Keeps me hopeful. Bill Nash. Good morning.
Hey, Bill.
Okay, so I'm going to just check my little settings. Let's see if it sounds great, says Sloan. Okay, Laura Golden, good morning. Great to see you this morning. Hi, Claude.
Claude.
So everybody thinks it sounds okay. Great. Okay, then we're not going to change it at the moment. I did say kinda, says Raleigh. Well, I started singing louder. A little bit tired, so. This is apparently our drop D morning. We get a lot of songs in drop D. A little bit soft here, says Rhonda Scott Merrick. Okay, I got one idea, which is I'm going to go to my settings. Go to sound and just see if I can turn up the microphone there. Okay, microphone, balance, boy, it's big. Output volume, alert volume, sound effects, play feedback. It's pretty much big. So we'll have to just sing louder. Good morning, says John Ferrulo. Sounds okay on YouTube. Oh, thank you, Ginny Murphy. That was a great song. Thank you, Marie Eaton. Good morning, honey. It's a little soft here. Okay, apparently I've turned everything up as much as it turns up. There may be, and Raleigh might know about this, there may be a setting in Ecamm Live that I'm not playing with, but I have it maxed there too. Sounds okay to me, says Marie. Audrey Bernheimer. Hi, Audrey. Nice to meet you. Awesome, cozy, sounds perfect, says Neil Braverman. Okay, this is the song we wrote based on a dream I had about Janet Peterson. You need inputs volume on system preferences, says Raleigh. Of course, he knows everything. Let's try this again. Charlie, you want to implement your talking again, just for a second?
I have no idea what to talk to you guys about.
Just tell them about your finger. What did you do the other night?
I don't even want to tell you about it. I was rushing to bring stuff in from the.
It was bad.
From the table on our porch, and in a moment of inattention, I sliced my finger open with a knife.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you can see this, but this finger here was the one that was affected. So I'm trying to protect it for a while. So hopefully it will heal up, so I can.
It was bad.
Get back to playing the guitar. I can play.
Sloan Wainwright says, "Tell us about your hat." Charlie's awesome hat. We got it in Moab.
This is my $5 hat.
From Gear Traders in Moab. Support Gear Traders because they support the Moab Folk Festival. Okay, I changed the settings. This should be way different because it turns out it was not on the right microphone. So I'd like to know how the loudness is now. And in fact, now I might be just blowing you out of the room. So here we go. You guys are so patient. Do you remember, like, right in the beginning, in March 2020? Nobody knew anything, and we were just trying to do straight Facebook Live, and it sounded awful, and Raleigh would send me little messages, and Sloan says, awesome. Janet Simpson, sounds better. Oh, good. Bill Nash, great. Well, you know what? The third verse here, by the way, was inspired by my voice lesson with Sloan Wainwright. That's 2 songs that I've gotten out of voice lessons with Sloan Wainwright. She does Tuesday and Thursday morning. She does a free warm-up on YouTube if you guys want to be on it on Zoom. Put away all of your angry. Put away all of your sad. Put away all of the winter and the dream you had. Take out this little seed, the hope we all need, that I will love you to the moon. And to the moon on the mornings when you're feeling old. All the warnings you were ever told, they seem to be coming true. To the moon when you can't remember how or why. Love might hang in your sky. And put away all your receipts, what you owe and what you keep, and how you plan to survive when the drop is sudden and steep. Let the afternoon come, maybe not get anything done. I will love you to the moon. And to the moon in the mornings when you're feeling old. All the warnings you were ever told, they seem to be coming true. To the moon when you can't remember how or why. Love might hang in your sky. Here's Bonnie saying she got a song out of a Sloan Wainwright voice lesson too. Hi Trisha. Here's Sloan's advice here. Sing with all the space inside. Let it fall out. Don't even try for the back of the room or the notes that are way up high. Let let it vibrate in your chest. Maybe this song will help you rest. I will love you to the moon, to the moon on the mornings when you're feeling old. All the warnings you were ever told, they seem to be coming true. To the moon when you can't remember how or why. Love might hang in your sky. Trisha Cronin, nice to see you. Kathy Marzik says, maybe not get anything done. He needs that to my, yeah, me too. I've been going through this big herx from my Lyme treatment, and mostly what I need to do is just lie around. This weekend, Charlie and I both reread the entire Philip Pullman Golden Compass series, and we loved it. Claude Galinsky says, speaking of birds, there are half a dozen red-tailed hawks all over my yard. Wow, beautiful. Sloaney says, beautiful. Steve Verona says, yes, with the new setting, we're now hearing a whole different song than before. I was on the wrong mic, that's why. Here's Peter Martell, good morning. More or less the same, but okay, sounds better. Okay, well, we're on a different mic now, so let's hope you all like it better. Okay, yet again, staying with our drop D theme, which isn't much of a theme, but, you know, we look for them. Hello, Helene Tober Fowler, nice to see you. And here's Scott Katz from the West Coast, nice. Doug Mitchell, good morning. Good morning, guys, sounding great. This song I wrote when we moved my dad from independent living into skilled nursing. And it was heartbreaking. I would never do that to someone again the way it happened. They were a great nursing home, I'm not upset with them. But the way they did it is they told me to take my mother to lunch and not tell her what's happening. And while she's gone, the aides show up in his apartment and take him away. And I tell my mother, I finally confessed to her because I feel terrible, and my mother, who's had a stroke and has trouble speaking, looks at me and she goes, that's appalling! And she's so mad, which I get. Hi, Jean Ray, nice to see you. Hi, Rhonda. Rhonda says, vocal's still soft. Can you get closer to the mic? Yes, I can. So I go back to the nursing home after lunch, and they've moved my dad into a room where he's sharing it with another guy who's not completely all there and not necessarily a great roommate for him. And as I'm leaving, my dad looks at me and he says, I'm ready to go home now. And it broke my heart. Oh my God, still breaks my heart. So I went home and sat on the bed in our house in Maynard, just heartbroken, and I wrote this. Captain, my captain, did you forget? It's time to go, no, it's not time yet. The wind from your sails, the memory fails. But once you were young and strong. Now every room on this hall has a body in a chair, waiting for a ticket to a better somewhere. The angels might come, rescue you from the nursing home. Captain, my captain, I'll wheel you on the deck past every shipwreck of mortal man, broken by the waves, the body unmade. This is not going according to plan. For the end of your story, Captain, we tried, but some of us live too long before we die, and the angels come, rescue you from the nursing home. The sun and the rain fall from above on a lot of need to be loved, to be loved. Captain, my captain, the nurses are kind. There's light in this room, it's the best we could find. But Captain, my captain, it's as bad as I feared, to walk away and leave you here, alone and undone, till the angels come, rescue you from the nursing home. The what a sad song it is. I know. Sounds so wonderful. Katie Carroll. Hi, sweetheart. You know about taking care of your dad. Sad song I never heard before, but I know too well, says Jeannie Murphy. Kathy Marzik, what a sad song about your dad. So the good thing is that my dad, who had dementia, and we moved him in there, and then my mom died, and we got him his own room eventually, and we would play him tennis videos. He would watch the same 3 tennis videos on the VCR. It was fine with him. And I got some wonderful moments with him. I really did. Charlie came up once, and even though my dad could be, frankly, a really snarky guy because he got dementia, you saw that time when my dad and I were just looking at each other with love, and I remember you said, yeah, you guys love each other. My dad and I had a big love thing going on. So, let's see, where should this go? I want to play on a different song. So this should be an F now. What is that? It's nothing. What's that? Why isn't it talking to me? It's a D sharp, so let's make it an E. There we go. And the last thing my dad did, I know we played a song about him dying last week. On Christmas, the day after Christmas when he died, I was sitting in his room playing music for him. And they'd started giving him morphine before we knew they were doing it. So he was kind of drugged, but he woke up, and I'm sitting right next to his chair playing instrumental guitar, and he looks at me, and the last thing he ever does is he goes, and then his head goes back down. My dad said goodbye. I think it was pretty awesome. So Charlie, with your hand, let's try and do higher financial reform in honor of the appalling bill that they're trying to get through Congress. I think we played this a couple times in the past 4 months. This is higher financial reform. If we're gonna make sense of higher finance, we have to separate the men from the boys. We need a hand on the nozzle. Someone menopausal would know how to take away the toys. A simple little feature any third grade teacher already knows how to do. So boys and girls, pay attention. Don't trust your pension to someone younger than you. Junior is a genius with computer algorithms. He's got his hand on a financial throttle. He got A's in all his courses. Too bad the market forces didn't operate like the model. And now his bonus is depending on how well he is pretending he knows why the market went down. So he will talk about liquidity, but really he knows diddly. See how impressive it sounds. Boys and girls, pay attention. Don't trust your pension to someone younger than you. He might not think it through. And just like Alexander of Macedon, he'll plunder your country and then move on and leave a lot of wreckage there in his wake. Remember, Alexander thought that he was great, so you might want a woman of a certain age, someone who's encountered the hourly wage. You want to think again, that ambitious young man might not take the long view. Boys and girls, pay attention. Everyone sing along. Don't trust your pension to someone younger than you. The longest outro in the world. Good job, Charlie. Oh, Mark Wilson, good morning. Brad Barkus, very nice, good morning. Bill Nash says, my mom's 94 and still in our house. That's awesome. Brad Barkus lives in Kentucky. Good morning, Brad Barkus. Love this, says Sloaney. Brenda Curry, genius finance song. Do you have recording this? Yes, it's on my CD called The Horse King, which is about my dad. Liquidity diddly. Diddly, yeah. Nozzle and menopausal. That's what I just wanted to write something that rhymed with menopausal that morning. I remember I was hiking in Moab. Must have been feeling quite menopausal. So that was our attempt to cheer you up right there. And Charlie, let's play. We were going to do Row. You want to give it a go?
Sure. What key?
I don't know till we get there. Oh, I was going to give you a poem. Wait, do you mind a poem? I have to find the poem, but I know you guys are patient. So this is from my favorite poet who sends me a poem every morning. Rosemary Watola Tromer. You can get on her website. Sacred Pause, it's called. Only when I stop hiking do I finally see the flowers of the wild blueberries. First one, then 5, then they are everywhere, everywhere. How did I miss all the tiny pink bells that will soon become dark, sweet fruit? How often, in my haste, do I miss what is right here, the thing I most long to see? Once I start seeing the blueberry flowers, I can't stop seeing them. Sometimes it's like this with kindness, with peace, with beauty, with love. Isn't that beautiful? I'm glad I read that this morning. You know, we read such bad news everywhere, but the good news is that Claude has what sounds like 25 red-tailed hawks in his yard, and we have Mr. and Mrs. Cardinal, and Mrs. Cardinal, by the way, may I say, I always thought, oh, she'd be dowdy. She's not. Mrs. Cardinal has the most beautiful beak. Hi, Phyllis Conroy. Nice to see you. Oh, Neil Braverman. Hi, Susan Douglas, Mark Wilson. Everyone I rely on for advice is younger than me. Well, hi, Tom Hodge. We're going to see you this summer. Okay. This song I wrote a long time ago. But the idea here is a young woman in a walk-in clinic has walked in with something that you need from a walk-in clinic as a young woman, and there's many things you might need from a walk-in clinic. Charlie. Let's try that. Let's try A. The one good thing about getting older is I can sing some of these songs lower, which means I don't have to capo them quite up to the ukulele world anymore as much as I used to. So she walks into the walk-in clinic, and there's a nurse practitioner who once was her own young woman in a walk-in clinic and passing on some information about surviving in a world where you're dating young men. Buzzing just a little bit, here we go. A boy says he loves you, and that's where your trouble starts. He thinks he fell in love with someone else's heart. It all gets too real, and he runs home to mother, 'cause romance is one thing, but love it's another. Bring an arrow, bring a bow, the gods lift us up and then let go. We fall into the water, the river will flow. Bring a boat and a paddle and a will to row. When he ran off and left, I had no idea what he had done, 'cause it's romantic and tragic when you're beautiful and young, and if you're not the girl that he left behind. If you haven't had to live this in real time, bring an arrow, bring a bow, the gods lift us up, then let go. We fall into the water, the river will flow. Bring a boat and a paddle and a will to row. Now every year late at night, he gets back in touch to tell me that he loves me and he misses me so much. Young girls have patience for things young men do, but you wander the world once or twice for a boy, you're through. Bring an arrow, bring a bow, the gods lift us up, then let go. We fall into the water and the river will flow. Bring a boat and a paddle and a will to row. Climb out of the grave of the girl you were before. You might love a man, you won't die for him anymore. Bring an arrow, bring a bow, the gods lift us up, then let go. We fall into the water, in a while, it's nice to really step out there. And when I wrote that song, I really couldn't sing it. I just couldn't access my lower end. I was thinking today about, I've been going through all these health troubles, but in the midst of them, my voice has improved. We're mixing this album, and I'm thinking, wow, that's a different voice than I had when I was younger. So we're going to play you one more song, something that Charlie wants to play. You want to do Here's the Rain? Would that be something you enjoy? Okay. Kathy Marzick says about the poem, what a beautiful poem, what a wonderful reminder to slow down, pay attention to the good things that are always there. Yes, the cardinals, the red-tailed hawks, the wildflowers. We want to thank you for being here with us. Remind you that Raleigh's doing a show on Wednesday at 3 o'clock and Sunday at 10:30. Steve Verona has posted a link to the poem, which I wonder if I can do this, add to broadcast. There, I just added it to the broadcast. Of course, and now it's not going to go away, so now I'll make it go away. Remove from broadcast, there you go. That way for a second, if you want to back it up, you can find it. And we'll be back next week. I'm really grateful for you guys for being with us. How I've been feeling going out in the world is not as easy, but having you come here to our living room is awesome. How do I make that go away? Go away. Little box, thank you. Anything else we want to tell the world?
No. I'm remembering my dad, he both liked to drive fast, but he also liked to, he never was looking at the road. It was a bad combination.
Oh, that is bad.
If you are in a rush, keep your eye on the road.
Oh, I like that.
If you're in a rush, don't be determined that you're gonna see everything that's passing by.
Yeah, you can either view things or you can be in a rush.
Yeah, you can either drive or you can be
I like that.
be looking outside your window at everything that's passing by.
A little bit of from some wisdom from Albert Koch, right? That's his name. Your dad?
No, my dad didn't have that wisdom. He was absent that wisdom.
Oh, you're coming at a little bit of wisdom from Charlie Koch, the son of Albert Koch.
2 or 3 times a drive, we'd be off the side of the road, climbing up a bank or something.
Oh my gosh!
Because he was so busy looking at things.
Frightening. Wow, I'm glad you're alive. So thanks for spending your time with us. We'll see you next week. Have a good week. When you're really sad, you don't want to be cheered up. You want someone to sit down beside you here with your broken cup and all the happy draining away through the cracks of your very bad day. Here's the clouds, here's the rain, here's the butterfly wing, then the hurricane. Here is all the pain, here's the clouds, here's the rain. There's a lot going on, and I just don't know. So I stand out here and I sing happy songs in the road. A little Pollyanna, some might say. It won't make anybody's troubles go away. Here's the clouds, here's the rain, here's the butterfly wing, then the hurricane. Here is all the pain, here's the clouds, here's the rain. It's what I know how to do. Hope a better day might come and comfort you. Here's the clouds, here's the rain, here's the butterfly wing, then the hurricane. Here is all the pain, here's the clouds, here's the rain, here's the clouds, here's the rain. Thank you all. You guys are such kind people. Thanks for being with us. And because you know what? We can look at each other and we can remember there's kindness in the world, just like the poem says. So have a good week. We'll see you next week. Bye. Happy 4th.
Bye all.